Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Psychic Saturday Night Live. New Moon Edition. We've got a storm going on, but the sun is shining and there's a rainbow. Gotta love that. You just gotta love that. A minute ago, it was really, really heavy rain. Light shone and I was like, hey. And I was just getting ready to put this live up. And I knew I had to go out and see the rainbow. It's a rainbow. I hope you all can see me. Hope everything is well in everyone's world. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Psychic Saturday Night Live. My goodness. I really hope this is moving. I didn't even check to see. Let me move. Shall we? Looks good from where I am sitting. Sort of. All right, I was trying to avoid the shuffle with the camera. That always seems to happen. But anyway, it's all good. Here we are. Nope, and there I am. I can see me perfectly now. Hello, hello to everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me here this evening. Today is June 13th. 13th. My goodness. We are just flying through this year, are we not? Like I said last week, time has accelerated. Collapsing of timelines is happening constantly. Like the complete restructuring of everything is just very rapid right now. Very rapid. So, lots is going on in the world too. We won't get into all of it, but I will tell you, please, please, please do check your alternative media. Do check your alternative media. Oh my goodness, hang on. Yeah. Hold on. Give me 1 second and we're going to end up with all kinds of notifications you don't want to hear. Oh, oops. No, see? Trying to avoid all that, and here I go anyway. Perfect. Look at that. And it works with me and everything. Pauses the broadcast for me. What do you love? Okay, here we go. We're back. Oh my goodness me. Okay. Hey. June 13th. My gosh. I can't feel recently or not, but a lot of stuff is happening around the world. Revolution forming. A lot of people think that, well, history does repeat itself. It certainly is cyclical. A lot of people truly believe that because the revolutions of the past were the only way for the changes to occur, that in this day and age, it's pretty much what we're faced with, is having to have a full-blown, full-on revolution in order for things to literally change and to shift, as it were. And you know what? That could very well be the case in some places. Absolutely. Places like Ireland right now, and France, UK, like Britain, Ireland is part of the UK, obviously. But all of these different places are a little bit chaotic right now. A whole lot chaotic, let's face it. A whole lot. Okay, Ireland, I absolutely no doubt in my mind why that's happening. And I don't know if you heard about that or not, but something terrible happened in Belfast, and the people have had enough. They've just decided that's the last straw right there. That's the last frickin' straw. And maybe this is for entertainment purposes only, Facebook, but nonetheless, that's the way it is. And so, yeah, they've decided they're not going to take that shit no more. And all I can hear in the back of my head is the 80s songs from Twisted Sister. Because that's kind of what we need feeling this. That's kind of the anthem we need going on. Nonetheless, Ireland is in complete chaos. And a revolution is coming there. And God bless the Irish for that. Also in France, New Zealand has joined forces with them as well. And everybody has just decided to take on the same theme. And I don't know if you know about the New Zealand folk, but those Maori, They get doing those hakas, and that haka is like a very powerful energetic experience. And I don't know if you've ever watched one or not, but I can tell you when you do, more often than not, you find yourself just completely filled with like cellular response. Incredible cellular response. Your whole body, every hair on your body just stands up when these people get together to do these hakas. It's a statement of power and sovereignty and authority that they demonstrate in unison and in masses, in masses. And so, that kind of chanting and stomping and that warrior energy is exactly what's needed right now to break up the energies that are being scattered about the world, we'll say, and whatever else. So yeah, it's a really intense time. And we are here. This is the most amazing thing. We are here as divine beings, every one of us. And those of you who watch me are obviously in some place, in some capacity aware of that for yourself. And that, this isn't one of the most important times. It is the most important time on Mother Earth right now, because this is the converge. This is the confluence. This is where it all comes together and hits the most intense peak. And we ourselves, as the divine beings we are here, holding our light, shining our light, literally sustain that. We just hold it long enough that Mother Earth herself shifts in vibration, elevates to a higher vibration and a faster frequency. So many people can feel it. Like I said, timelines are collapsing. Like there is absolutely no tomorrow. Like that statement just totally rings true in so many ways right now for people. So ultimately, we have this incredible spiritual opportunity for growth and evolution for not just ourselves, but Mother Earth. And to do the work that we're doing at this time, remarkable. So thank you all for doing what you're doing, for being here, shining your light, being the being that your soul chose to be here as at this time. She only goes through this and only grows through this experience one time. And this is it. You either, jump on the moving sidewalk ahead of this, in the middle of it, or after the fact. But either way, this is what it's all about. So, yeah. And because things are ramping up and amping up and doing all that stuff energetically, that's how you know. We are being tested, right? And it's not that we are being tested because those are the trials and tribulations of living on this planet. No. When you are being tested, you are testing yourself. You have aligned yourself with energies and experiences that have now provided you with opportunities to see how far you've come and how well you maintain what you've learned and how well you actually implement what you've learned. Yeah. And those of you who are, navigating these energies, good on you. Good on you. Because it is not easy. It's a shit show. And, it's all good. So, yeah. If this is you and you resonate with that, then just know that as we reach the peak towards the solstice next week, it's going to feel more and more intense. More and more intense. Because we're working that energy to get us to where we want to go. Right? And so it's important for us to honor ourselves, to, acknowledge where we are, and to, even for some of us, to either take action or to not take action. If you're feeling called to take action, then go for it. Do that. If you're not and you're told to sit still and put your feet up, then do that too. Because you got to just follow your intuition. Some of us are a little ahead of the game. Some of us are a little, right on schedule, we'll say, like, quite accurate in the timing, and others are just a touch behind. And so we're kind of waiting as this confluence and this convergence happens for everybody to kind of show up at the same place. So some people have to wait for the rest of them to catch up. And if that's you, that's okay. Like I said, sit down, put your feet up, put the kettle on, and know that, you have this time for yourself. And if it's not you, then keep doing the work you're doing, keep, on yourself and keep growing through whatever it is you're going through, because that is what brings you to that pinnacle point. So very cool time. Very cool time. The solstice energies are really amping up too. You can feel them coming. New moon tomorrow night at 10:54. Yeah, 10:54 p.m. Ooh, really cool. And then we can plant some seeds. Plant some seeds. So we've already had one of the first kind of compensations, the first rewards, the first I don't want to call it a harvest because we haven't really harvested, but we've seen the evidence of our labors and we know it's right there. Right there. We can plant more seeds now. It's still planting time. Plant more seeds for more of that. If that worked for you and that served you well, plant more seeds of that. Give me more of that, universe. It's all good. It's all good. All right. We're doing the tarot and the brick. And because it is all about the light, especially as we gear up towards the solstice, natural energy for soul illumination, Alana Fairchild's Dimensions of Light, and also another Alana Fairchild, because she's just so awesome, Lightworker Oracle. All right, here we go. So yeah, a little bit of housekeeping. Scratch the surface, $29. Can't beat that. 6 lessons, 6 meditations, 6 opportunities for you to scratch the surface to your shadow work. But next week, so stoked, me and my shadow, a 6-month deep dive. So the Scratch the Surface is like the mini version of the Me and My Shadow. You get an opportunity to kind of literally take one lesson in a sense from that Me and My Shadow. It's a kind of the same, it's not the same lessons, but it's a same theme from each of those weeks. Just kind of see if you like where you're going with that stuff. And you'll discover you probably do, because this is the time for us all to be really working on ourselves, to honor ourselves, to recognize who we are, and to acknowledge the fact that we are divine beings who are not only light beings, but we are here to increase the light within ourselves. And doing that involves working through the shadow work. So, you know, opening up those spaces to eliminate them and bring it all to the light. So really, really awesome 6-month dive into you. A deep dive where you go from darkness into light, from darkness within you into the light being reborn come winter solstice. And that, of course, segues you right into the Know Thyself if you're interested in a real deep dive into who you really are, where we come from, what we're all about in that way. This is an incredible year-long immersive, like beyond anything I've ever brought before. So, yeah, if you're interested in that kind of thing, check them out. But that doesn't start till the winter solstice. And if you don't want to get in on, if you don't get in on the Scratch the Surface before the solstice or by the solstice of this year, you'll need to wait again until the next time, because Merlin works his work on the cycles of nature and the cycles of, you know, seasons and whatnot. So because there's an energetic influence with that, right? And you want to work with the energy waves that are there for you and that are conducive to the work you're doing. Why go against the stream, right? So anyway, if you're interested, Scratch the Surface, like $29. You can't beat that. It's a really awesome opportunity. Again, you get 6 mini meds, right? Like you're hearing, you know, me every week or every message or every lesson, whatever it is you're doing. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody who's ever worked with me and who's ever had an opportunity to do meditation with me knows there's some really cool stuff that goes on there. And that's not me necessarily, it's what comes through me or what works through me. And I'm truly blessed and grateful for that. So yeah, that's available to anybody and everybody. And that doesn't necessarily have to take place on the nature cycles rather, but certainly would help. You can do shadow work any time of year, of course, but Merlin's stuff is specifically designed with the influences of nature. So that being said, also we're going to have a few other things to post that are going to be on super, super special price. Yeah, I'm going to have to go through because I've got like a lot of programs that everybody would really, really enjoy. The Divine Feminine is making a comeback, and in a big, big way. And I've been talking about this intermittently for a little while now, but I can tell you honestly, we need that. And I think that that's the whole concept of, you know, what we see happening with the woman idea, the idea of woman. What is that? What is feminine? What is female? What is woman? What is that? And so it's because, right, it's been so convoluted along the way that even though it was distinct and defined clearly in the beginning, there's been some stuff going on. Why am I saying so much? I don't know, but I feel like I'm doing this whole political thing. But anyway, catch that video? I'm already gearing up for politics. What do you know? Anyway, okay. Yes, and that's another thing I'd like to say. I'm going to be doing a video with Sheila McFarlane again because you know what? Time is ticking and things are happening around the globe. And here in our own small towns and cities and whatnot, there's an opportunity for us to reclaim the power and to restore the sovereignty and the true way government is supposed to run at the grassroots level, municipal level. So check out that video on Sheila's article that I did and on my feed. Check it out. It's a 10-minute video. And yeah, if you feel the call, you know, run for office, run for local office. If at the very least you're getting a message out there that holds everyone accountable, whoever ends up in the seat, to do, you know, right by the people, to become aware and informed for themselves and to do right by the people. It puts everybody in the spotlight. And even those who aren't necessarily aware just yet are going to be called to do that because the people deserve it, right? The people deserve that. We've been ousted and usurped of our power far too long, far too long. So get in on it. Throw your hat in the ring. Run for office. Regional council, ward councillor, mayor. If I could wink, that's where I would do it right there. Okay. So here comes the tarot, and we do the mind, body, and spirit. Look at that. The sun is still shining. I was kind of concerned that maybe we'd end up with some sort of wicked storm that might crap out our internet, but guess that's not the case today. Oop. Yeah, we cut that now. All right. Again, 3 of Wands and the High Priestess. All right, let's do this. 3 of Wands is all about opportunity. The High Priestess is what? All about intuition, psychic abilities, learning to see through the dark, right? And working through the darkness so that you can come back into the light. So that you can come back into the light and into the truth of who you are and who we are and what we're here to do. We've been so conditioned and programmed and distracted and distorted and all of those things that so many people don't even think about that. They don't think about the fact that they are divine beings and why you're even here, that there's a reason for it, a purpose about it, and whatever else. I'm here to help people remember that because that's the best way for you and your soul to get out of the matrix that you're constantly recycling through. All right, here comes, oops, look at that. Drops half the deck. Who does that? I don't know what's up with readings lately, but I can tell you. Oh, and I've been doing a lot of clearing on people. If, oh, what the heck, throw them on too. If anybody's interested in the clearing, $100 off the clearings because it's a great time to do that, especially as we make our way towards the solstice. Get rid of the ickies on your feet, on your shoes, and your body, and your field, all that stuff. 3 of Wands, all about opportunity once more, and strength. Look at that. It's 2 majors in a row. The strength card. It's about having a brave heart, being courageous, holding true to yourself, and knowing that, you know, this is important because the revolutions that are happening in Europe, across Europe, literally, not just one place, many, many places, right? Again, they may be necessary for that to happen in those places, for the shift to come, you know, to come through. But I personally believe that we can do things personally or peacefully, and you know, at least let's give it a try. Especially Canadians, right? Like, we're known as the peacekeepers. We're the ones who, you know, we're all about peace. We're pacifists, and which is of course why we ended up in the mess we're in today. But nonetheless, we are peaceful people, and we'd rather do things with love, kindness, and compassion than we would fists, brawn, and fighting. So, yeah. But you know what? If it comes down to it, we know what gloves off means, right? We know what gloves off means. The problem is that we've been kind of once bitten, twice shy here, and we just need to get back our courage to say, you know what, that's it. We don't care that you pushed back the first time. We're going to push back even harder the second. Three of Wands and the Strength card. So that's what that's about. Honoring, you know, and knowing that you can subdue the lion without actually killing the lion. You can subdue the lion without actually hurting the lion. And I'm really, truly believing that that's exactly what we're here to do, especially here in this country, right? No, you cannot attack, you cannot hug your attacker and expect him to stop, or her to stop attacking you. You can't expect that because they're already in a mode, right? They're already in a space. What you can do, however, is defend yourself, stand up for yourself, stand your ground, and then use peaceful tactics afterward. Strength card now on this side. Ooh, followed by yet another major card. Lots of majors going on. The Wheel of Fortune is all about cycles, right? Lots of cycles. Historical cycles coming back, repeating, doing what they need to do, maybe, right? So, I don't know. I watched a video that said, that there was no historical revolutions that ever occurred peacefully, and that's true, right? We look at the revolutions, the civil wars. Maybe this is the time we change that. It's possible. And I would be remiss in myself if I just did not at least try. So, from the inside, at the grassroots level, we can peacefully take back our power. Maybe that's exactly how we're supposed to do it right here. Mind, body, and spirit. Let's see what is going on in our mind space, what's happening in the body space, and what does spirit have to say about it all. I know people are like, what are you talking about? You're running for mayor. What the hell? Aren't you the chick that said don't even do the census? Yes, I am. I am the same woman who said that because I don't believe in that overreach. And that's the point. We're supposed to bring it back to the natural law, the natural rule, of good governance. Four of Cups comes in the mind space. Now, this is a card of reevaluation. Let's think about stuff. Let's reevaluate where we're at, and think clearly about what's going on in our world, because a lot of stuff is happening and it's being revealed to us. And we need to now rethink where we're at, because some stuff that we see now, we did not know before. And more people that are becoming aware, like we've hit critical mass. We have made that tipping point, as far as I can tell energetically, from what my guides and I confirmed anyway, or what I asked them about and they confirmed for me, was that we made it. We have made that critical pinnacle point turn. We have to keep up. We have to maintain. And now we have to really think about what it is we're doing around us, and with conscientious awareness, implement what we know, right? What we've learned, what we are good at, what we've been, working on, and what we're skilled with at this point in the game. Because we're not sleeping. We're awake. We know what the heck's going down. We know what's going on. And this time, you're not going to catch us. So, lots of stuff is happening, right? Whether it's this particular illness that's being, pushed to scare you, or, this political experience is being pushed on you to scare you. Whatever it is, everything, if you haven't noticed, is pushing you to a place of fear. Don't be afraid. Do not succumb to the fear. And yeah, it's easier said than done, especially if you're in terrible or dire straits right now. Yeah, it's hard to stay positive and to realize that fear isn't real. Because we're here and we're in the thick of it all. And if you are not careful, whoops, the other one, the scale of consciousness says that, you might get caught in that density that is fear, and anything lower than 0 point. So we won't bother with flipping that over, because it'll take too long, but So in the body space, what do we have to remember? What do we need to exude for ourselves and really ground ourselves in? Love. Love. Not fear. Not fear. They want you in a place of fear. Everything that is at you wants you in a place of fear. Now, I don't deal with fear. I don't teach, preach, or push fear on people. When I read for people, Everything has a positive spin. What I teach is truth. What I preach is truth. What I speak is truth. And sometimes that can be a little scary, and that can cause some fear in people. But that's only when it challenges where you are now. Where you are now, what you're thinking, feeling, or being, or doing right now. That's okay. We are not here to become extinguished or exterminated. We are here to take that power and be sovereign in it. Right? That's your spiritual authority, your mental authority, your physical authority, your emotional authority. Sovereignty covers all areas of your life. You can have wealth sovereignty, everything. So, love. Love is what pushes that, because it's love of yourself and love of the planet, love of the world, love of the whole divine hot mess that it is right now, and what it's doing, what's happening, why it's the mess it is. Because something's being birthed here. And birth is always messy. And it can be painful. And it can be ugly. But it always ends up being beautiful. The outcome is always beautiful. So what does Spirit have to say? Yet another major card. This one, the world. That we've come full circle. That we will come full circle. We're already there in another, space and time. But right now, we're working towards this. Now you see this here. First of all, this circle, this snake eating its own tail, is called the Ouroboros. And it represents, infinity, really, and that everything is a continuity, right? There's a continuum to it. That we have all of the tools and resources gathered up along the journey of the majors that we've taken, right? All these majors are themes and points in our lives that we learn and grow through and evolve through. So you have Pentacles, right? Where's that? Pentacles. Pentacles right here. Pentacles is all about the grounded space, right? Of course, and the world, the immaterial world we're living in, and things that value, that we value and that are of value to us. The cups are all about our heart space. These are the suits that we live through, right? These are also, like, you have to recognize the symbolic experience here, right? 4 is symbolic of, completion and everything we need in it. We have all these 4 suits, right? The directions, there's 4 of them as well. They all matter, the different parts of ourselves. The wands, right here. The wands all celebrate, our passion, the spirit that moves us and drives us to be successful and to embark on journeys and missions that are of the hero's nature, right, in a way. And the swords, that's your air right here. So this is fire, right, of course, and this is all about your passion, the spirit, rather. Hearts are all about water. Pentacles are all about earth. Swords are all about air. There's the mental planes. We always talk about that. Yeah. So everything we need is here. The world is the culmination of all of it. And Spirit's saying that we are coming to this place. We are coming to this place. The other thing to note here, without getting into a big old thing, see this being? This being is one being with 2 parts, but one being acknowledging 2 parts. Now, technically, if you look and see, these are the characters from the swords and the hearts, the cups, right here. So this is Cupid and Psyche. That's the mind and the heart. Cupid and Psyche. Cupid, love, and the mind. Your smarts. Everything comes together. We find balance, union. Spirit says, we don't have anything to fear. We've already made it here. We're just letting everything unfold and show us this. So trust the process. Keep the faith, as they say. Hold the vision and the vibration. And you'll end up there too. Again, this whole thing, this distortion we see, all of this confusion, distraction, division, anger, fighting, all of that stuff, all about the fact that there is that going on within each and every one of us. And it's just become external. And then there's a big old fight about it because there's confusion about it. It's misdirected, if you get my meaning, you know? So, Four of Cups in the mind space says we're going to rethink things. We're going to reevaluate where we are, what we're doing, and, you know, what it means to us and how we value that. In the body space, in the grounded material world, we're going to use love. We're going to use love to reevaluate, to you know, to reconsider our stuff and our options and our everything, and to recognize that we are not behind the 8 ball here. We are not behind the game. We are actually ahead of it. We're just waiting for it to catch up to us because we have already succeeded. We have already accomplished this convergence that's happening that we are in the throes of right now has already taken place in a future timeline. We're just right here on it. That's all. Very cool stuff. All right, let's see what the brick has to say, shall we? 2 shuffles, Merlin says. Fine. 2 shuffles. Yeah. Love that. Okay, here we go. Can't make this stuff up, folks. Just love that. Okay. Da-da-da. Top one, he says. Of course. You know, and I was gonna... Oh my God, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, never happens, hardly. Okay. And that's not spirit, that's literally just me. But there's much flying around the air today. Okay. Nonetheless, here we are. You can't make this stuff up. The brick. And I was going to use my other cards. Excuse me. That I actually use. That's like 2 decks squished together. Because they have all these, but the original deck. Excuse me. Apologies. Good gravy. Okay. Can you read it? You've probably read it by now. And here, I've just been sneezing the whole time. Okay. Truth. Right? You can't make. It's a divine force that whispers from my inner. In this way, I find all the answers I'm looking for. I'm now in harmony with myself, and I welcome the love of God, which is the truth that will guide me towards my fullest, most shining radiance. All right. If I could just stop sneezing. Okay. Sniffle, sniffle. You know, if I just let fly, that would stop. You just know it. But I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that to you. I'll tell you what. Okay. Square cards. Like exactly square cards. A little bit of a interesting pull here. Okay. This one here. All right, whatever. Wasn't going to go for that, but whatever. Okay. But it's number 49. Number 49. Number 49. And it opens right to it. Look at this beautiful. Look at the rainbow, first of all. Partly why I was drawn to it. See it? Isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely. Oh, look at, okay, so look at, I'm finally seeing, oh, goodness. I'm sorry, I actually finally caught some of these comments. I apologize if you guys leave comments and I don't get to see them while I'm on here because I'm too busy staring at this screen and I'm not looking at my laptop, which I could be looking at to see these comments. Anyway, God bless you all. You're all so awesome. Thank you so much for showing up and being here with me and, you know, putting up with whatever lags we've got going on and whatever else. Usually, you know, if you watch the replay, there's no lags. It's all good. But anyway, working in the boonies. Just saying. Here we go. Heart opening. Just want to say heart opening. Number 49, heart opening. You cannot make this stuff up. How much is... Okay, ready? Purification often happens when the heart is opening and awakening to a new level of expansive presence. Purification may involve a temporary revisiting of old wounds. As the heart outgrows the old ways, those stuck energies are flushed out of the body, mind, and soul. This doesn't necessarily feel good at the time. Like any detoxification, it can be uncomfortable before it gets better. That's putting it nicely. It might feel like a nightmare. Purification happens because you are capable of going through it and transforming positively through the process, which is what I was saying earlier. If you're being tested by something, it's you. It's putting yourself out there to see how well you do with it, right? So once the drama of your past wounds starts to clear and settle, your heart will have an increased spaciousness, a capacity for blissful love, and a powerful presence. You know who this is for. Yeah. When it happens, stay with it. You are not regretting. Your heart knows what it's doing. Trust in the deeper wisdom of that card. All right. Okay. And the next Alana Fairchild. Da-da-da. Lightworker Oracle. Okay. Shuffle twice, he says. All right. That one was upside down, Merlin. It's okay. Keep going. He says shuffle twice. One more time. All right. I know. People are like, you know what? You're going to be like the weirdest mayor. I don't know if there's other mayors like me if I end up in that seat. Anything can happen. I believe in miracles. I believe in magic. You never know. I'm not going to do any woo-woo to secure the seat, but the point is that I've been divinely guided. I wouldn't do something so kooky, crazy, or wacky as, I mean, I might, but not necessarily all the way, and yet here I be. And, you know, that's their fault. That's not mine. I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't. It's a lot. It's a lot. You know what you do? You put yourself out there like that? Especially people like me. Come on. Seriously? Yeah, I know. People are going to laugh. I laughed at first, too, to be honest with you. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And then I had this reading last year that a friend gifted me with. Wouldn't you know? Apparently. It's in my chart. I'm just like, what? All right, we'll go for it. Anyway, all right. Never mind. I digress. Just saying. There's a method to my madness. I don't do shit. Just because willy-nilly I decide, oh, what the hell, just for shits and giggles, let's do that. You know, it's Merlin. It's God. It's them. It's their fault. I end up in these predicaments, for goodness sake. I just do what the little voice tells me to do, and I just trust it. See, and that's what happens. The next thing you know, you end up running from air. Yeah. I don't care. I'm okay with it. As long as you get the message out there. I am really okay with it. Whatever happens is going to happen. I have to trust. because you see it? Spiritual service. Spiritual service. I cannot make this shit up, people. I don't care where you're from. Self-doubt can be a habit that is hard to break. It can slow down your spiritual progress and the fulfillment of your life purpose. Ultimately, it won't stop you, but it can make your progress seem more challenging. It's easier to fulfill your purpose when you acknowledge your own goodness and talent and do what you love to the best of your ability. Realize that you are enough, that your work is good, and that you have something of value to offer. It's time to let go of fear of failure, concern about your ability, and your right to live a happy and fulfilled life of success. The universe believes in you. Did you know that? I'm going to stop for a second before I read the rest of this. How much is there? Oh, there's quite a bit, but whatever. I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. You know, we see so much darkness. And that's all we see a lot of times. And most of us think, oh my God, there's nothing else. And we lose track of the fact that everything is proportionate. If you see that much darkness, there is just as much equal light. And that means that there are beings in the light that are here to help us. Now, Disclosure Day came out, another Spielberg movie, just so you know. Anyway, grain of salt, people, a huge grain of salt, because, you know, there's a method to that madness too, I'm just going to say. Nonetheless, it's the point, you know what I mean? Like, there is just as much light, and there's benevolent beings out there on our side, waiting for us, because they play by the rules. They're waiting for us to ask for help. They don't violate your free will. They're on God's side. And so they honor that. They acknowledge that. You have to ask for help. They will not interfere unless God tells them to. You know what I'm saying? And believe you me, that can happen. I wouldn't be sitting here today if that didn't happen to me. Because I can tell you, I didn't call anybody in the night that I was saved. I'll tell you that much. but it was divinely orchestrated and ordained because I have a mission, apparently, and like 30 years down the road, here I am. But I can tell you, I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for Archangel Michael, the highest vibration of Archangel Michael. Remember, there are varying degrees. Anyhow, okay, moving on. You're being called to service beyond that which you have accomplished thus far. That is because you are ready, capable, and willing to step up to another level of spiritual responsibility and freedom. Your mind, however, may question your ability. You may be afraid that you cannot perform well enough, that you are not skilled or experienced enough, that you are not good enough or not as good as others, that you do not have enough value to offer. These are nothing more than wounded beliefs about your self-worth. It's time to recognize this wounding and not empower these beliefs as truths anymore. Be kind to your mind. It will be happier without such beliefs. You can free yourself from the pain they cause and become more realistic about your gifts and your potential. Now it's time for you to trust love more than your wounds. And opening your heart. As you release these old beliefs, you create more space within you to receive impressions of how you can most joyfully serve the greatest good. It says greater good, but we go for the highest good here. No longer hampered by undermining and draining beliefs and self-doubt, you will have more energy to act on your intuition and guidance. If at any time you find yourself blocked by fear or performance anxiety, it can be helpful to release these blocks by simply acknowledging or asking yourself how you could best serve the greatest good, the highest good at this time. The answer to this question will never be to shrink back in fear. It will always be to choose belief over doubt. It will be to move ahead, to take the opportunity offered to you as a vote of confidence from the universe. This realization will bring you peace of mind so you can resume your progress and share what you have with the world. What do you know? If you've been working hard, taking the opportunities that have come to you and are still feeling as though you are not quite where you wish to be in terms of fulfilling your life purpose and divine destiny, you are now asked to acknowledge all that you have attained so far. Acknowledge all the people you have assisted in your own special way, all the positive influence of love that you have added to the collective human soul through your willingness to take your spiritual journey, open your heart, and care about life on earth. Your spiritual service has been noticed by the spiritual worlds, and you will be empowered to serve in increasingly beautiful ways. Your service is already successful and will only increase in potency, power, and peace. You cannot make this shit up, folks. I don't care where you're from or who you are. Here's an invocation. Are you ready? Deep breath in. Here we go. Universe, I love you. How can I serve you? I accept love's protection and love's purpose in my heart and my life. Love empowers and protects me, gives me purpose and passion, peace and play. I believe in love. I am love, and I believe in me. May the joy of helping others give me energy and courage to continue to serve and grow spiritually. May all beings receive your love and be healed through your grace. May all those who want to serve be empowered through mercy, compassion, joy, and love to do so for the greatest, highest good. Through my own free will, so be it. And this card, and this card, and all these cards. Man. Spiritual service. You don't have to run for office to be serving in a spiritual way, to be serving Source as the being you're here being, the light being. Just shine your light. That's all you got to do. Just shine your light. Shine it bright. Be consistent. Maintain. Hold the vision and the vibration and watch what happens. Yeah, we got this. We can do this. It just feels all wonky sometimes. Reevaluate your thoughts. Remember, you are the one who's driving your car. You're in command of those thoughts. If you don't like them, change them. You are the only one who can. You have the power to do so. You are in command of this. Remember, we've come a long way over the last year and a bit. Reevaluate, reconsider, recenter, right? Calibrate. In the grounded space, the body, the material world, the real world, the reality, it's all about this, love. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're here to do, is to bring love back, to triumph over the fear. They cannot exist in the same space. They are two opposing forces. It looks that way, but one is going to win. Always does. Always. Spirit says, we got your back. We're here, helping you keep it together as the wholeness and the totality through this convergence and this confluence of energy, blah, 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 all that stuff. We got this. We make it through. We accomplish. This is the last card of the majors. It means we make it to the end of the game. Big time. Big time. And we have all of our pieces back together in a place of wholeness, totality, wholeness, and holiness, right? That's our truth. Today, I discover my greatest truth is within me. It is a divine force that whispers from my inner self. I listen to this voice closely, putting aside my controlling mind. In this way, I find all the answers I'm looking for. I'm now in harmony with myself, and I welcome the love of God, which is the truth that will guide me towards my fullest, most shining radiance. And then heart opening from Alana Fairchild's Dimensions of Light and Spiritual Service, Alana Fairchild's Lightworker Oracle. Yeah. Storm's over. And I'll post a picture of the rainbow. Beautiful. I didn't go out in the rain to see the rest of it, but I know the other side was just beyond my trees. And I was just saying to somebody the other day, you know, well, like I said last week too, right? I have this mug that says, you know, everyone wants to have happiness and no one wants pain, but you can't have a rainbow without a little rain. And that was the point. Rainbows always signify to me that spirits heard me, that this is a message of hope, optimism, positivity, miracles. And they can happen because we do believe in them. We've seen evidence of them. They're everywhere. We just have to call them to us. It is a shift in perspective, right? Perception, the way you see things. That's what the miracle brings. That's how the miracle comes. And we can do that right here, using love and knowing that that's the outcome. Namaste. Get out there, shine your light, shine it bright for as long as you can, as often as possible, everywhere you can. Because solstice comes next weekend. And that's when we reach our peak. And that right there will show us the evidence of the work that we've done. Namaste. The light in me honors that place in you where the light dwells also. And when you're in that place in you, and I'm in that place in me, and we shine our light together, we are one powerful, powerful light. Yeah. So shine it. And we'll see you next Saturday. Oh my goodness. For the solstice edition of Psychic Saturday Night Live. Take care. Until then.